So when I was growing up, I grew up in a very traditional church. It was where we had to wear our Sundays best. So we had to go in a suit, a tie, shoes. We sung from hymn books. We sat in pews, all that kind of thing. So it was a very old church. They had stained glass windows. And there wasn't anybody really who was my age. When I was younger, that was how we just did church. I went to church every Sunday. But as I got into my first couple of years of secondary school, I began to reject everything that was old and old-fashioned about my church. So at 16, I decided to stop going to church for a while. It was because all I saw was just old stuff, an old lady teaching, an old cross, an old organ. So I left that church and started to go to a friend's church for a while. And then years later, I started to attend Bible college. And the Bible college is where you study the Bible in depth, much more than you would on a Sunday or a Wednesday maybe. And I then had to go on an international placement overseas in a different culture, in a different context, so I could share my faith. Now that cost me a lot of money, and it would. And I tried everything. I tried working, I tried praying, and I really asked for favors, and I was just getting nowhere. And so when I asked God, what should I do? And do you really want me to go? God said, yeah, I want you to go. But then he said, but I want you to ask your old church. And that was wild for me. That was scary. But I did, and I went to them and I asked them about my mission. And I just thought, are they going to remember me? Are they going to still be alive? Are they still going to be around? But they were there caring for me. They wanted to support me in prayer, and they helped me raise £2,000 in 2 weeks for me to go, which is amazing. So all I want to say really is that maybe we're uncomfortable, or maybe we're seeing the bad in our church context at the moment, but we shouldn't be so quick to deny all of what God is giving to us, the who, the what, the how, and how he's loving on us through church. God is in control and he's good. 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 18 reminds us that we don't look at the troubles that we can see now. Rather, we are to fix our gaze on the things that cannot be seen. The things that we see now are soon to be gone, but the things that we cannot see will last forever. And that they are things like love and the goodness of God. And sometimes it's unseen because it's not what we're looking for. So take my advice, sit at the back of the church and take a minute or two, close your eyes and listen to what see the goodness with your eyes closed of what God is trying to do in your church and what he is doing. Whatever good you hear, take the time to appreciate it. This is the church that God has put you in for such a time as this. It's to bless you, it's to further his good will and his good purposes for you, and it's to remind you that he is good and he is in control.